Everyone, T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bot on XM and Future Digibot OG. So guys, this is going to give you the exact what's going on in the market. To be the best, you got to be the best. So first of all, if you don't like XRP, get the fuck out. If you can't get with the community atmosphere, goodbye. So if you're new to the channel, like, subscribe, share this far and wide, and turn that bell notification to all. If you want your balls tickled, go watch the run, guys. That's the best advice I can give. So, guys, we're on this uptrending support that I broke off into a new uptrending support. And we've hit it 1, 2, and this would be the third point. And if we do this, it would make sense that we're going to hit the apex right here on Bitcoin and then crash. That's my apex. It looks like we're in this neckline on the 4-hour to me. We're finishing off almost the top. I think we might bounce one more time up. I'm in a very risky trade, I admit, right now. Last night, or early this morning when I woke up, Doge. It bounced off that level. I didn't buy it because I wanted to see what it would do. From right here last night when I went to bed, it was at 24.5. Then it bounced up to 26.2. I said, if I wake up and it's at like the 24.5 level again, I'm buying it. I woke up, it was at 24.8. So what do? I bought 19,000. I don't remember how many Doge I bought. I can look. But last night when I cashed out, I took out $400 more, as you guys know. I had $5,120. After the fees, I had 5,050 something. So we'll see if I'm up from when I bought it this morning. Okay, so up a little bit. So I'm only up like $75 on Doge right now, but I have $19,222 in Doge, $297 to the side, and my goal is to build this up to, you know, $5,200 if possible, because I want to build that $297 up to $400 and have that over $5,000 so I can pay myself again. That's how close I am to paying myself. And I'm doing this strategically because I want to have $5,000 when we get to the bottom, and then if I want to put more, I can put more, but that's what I want to have in my account. I'm uncomfortable when I get above. So right now I'm just trying to play with house money and try to keep paying myself. It's been like $1,600 in the last week that I've been able to pay myself with this strategy. So if this goes awry, it goes awry. But right now, like I said, I bought Doge at a good spot just in case it retraces back down. It could come down to this 24.3, but I don't expect that. It's on this support line right here. But if it breaks 25.1, probably going to come back down and bounce off this support at 23 cents. If it breaks 25.1, that is on the Bitcoin. That's the whole point of where I bought it. Bitcoin, if it breaks this uptrending support, this is what I'm getting to. And right now it's at about 45,000, you can say, give or take. If it breaks that, well, it's up a little higher, but it's down here right now. So yeah, about 45. If it breaks 45, 44.8 convincingly, it's going all the way down here, guys, to retest this lower support at 42,000. So basically, what I would imagine would happen with what it's doing, it's going to ride this uptrending support. You could have a bounce up like that real quick is what I would expect. And then when it gets to here, then you would have kind of like your head formation, and then you would shoot down. Well, in that scenario, Doge, if it can hold this line, which who the fuck knows, this is, like I said, a very risky trade, and I got in it at a good time, so that's why I'm not too worried about it. But Doge, I'm looking at, you know, bouncing off this level, and if Bitcoin does ride that level, that means Doge is going to do that real quick. And it could finish off this top twice and then get rejected and come back down to this 23 level and figure out what it's going to do from there. That's kind of what I see happening in Doge. I could be completely wrong. I've been pretty spot on with those, but it all comes down to if Bitcoin rides this uptrending support. The moment Bitcoin breaks this uptrending support, I sell Doge. The actual new uptrending support I wrote, because then I'll be able to buy Doge at a, you know, even though I'll lose, I'll probably be down to about $5,000 in my account, won't be able to pay myself today. I'll put myself in position for when Doge comes down even farther, based on the Bitcoin bounce that it would have to take from low support then. So in this scenario, if it breaks down, this is why it's very risky to get in anything right now. That's why I was happy to get in where I did, because I'm up a couple percent, even though Doge is struggling. But if it breaks down, you would expect Bitcoin to break down, come here. But then what always happens, guys, you break down to low support and you make some kind of shit bounce up. It might come up to 45.8, but it won't come back all the way up. It would probably come down because then you would be like, oh, we're creating a downtrending support. So then it'd probably bounce like that. So that's what would happen in Bitcoin. These are all the scenarios. So just watch. If it holds this 45,000 level, we're going to have one more rally to the upside and we would apex around 47.5 in my opinion. And that's what I've had out here for a very long time. Just remember, guys, once we break outside of this wedge, these are the scenarios that are going to play out. And it's going to do exactly what I say. And if you guys pay attention, like I always say, you can get into perfect positions. And yeah, it's going to suck when I have to cash out of Doge if Bitcoin breaks down and I see my account back at 5,000. Which it was at 5,000 anyhow after I cashed out. But I have a vision in my head. And when I bought it at 24.8, I was like, you know what? I might have overshot the gun rate real quick when I seen it at 25.5, 25.6 this morning. But really, there's no reason to sell out of that because Bitcoin's still on the uptrending support. So to sell out of it there would have been a stupid move because then it's a 50-50 bounce from where we're at. And then what? I'm going to buy the fees back in. So it's all a game of inches and it's all a game of strategy, guys. Like with XRP. So with the same thing we're seeing with Bitcoin, we can basically see how it went. It basically did the cup and handle. Blew off the top. Sometimes you can be bullish at the very top until you hit the next support line. That's why I always say the blow off the top is extreme. And that's why I have a line at 92 cents. Just in case this cup and handle wanted to blow off that high. I believe we still, based on these market structures, should still have one more leg up. Like right now, Doge, this would look nothing more than a big head, an overshot on the left shoulder, a head in the middle, and in these circumstances, as you guys know, with other ones, usually overshoot the right shoulder, and then it's done. But it's all about market structure. Doge is going to have another significant bounce of 25 to 30% before we crash. It's just a matter of, is that bounce going to come from like 23 cents back up to 28, which is the question right now, because right now I bought it right in the middle. You know, I was in no man's land when I bought it, hoping that it would bounce to the up, you know, this mid support, which it did. But that's all play on Bitcoin. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. And like I said, I got a two-step plan. So once it breaks out of this, either way, I have the plan right away. And you guys see the exit strategy, and then it would be the buyback into Doge, but then I would have more Doge because of how far it's going to go. That's the thing about portfolio value. You got to make sure you're paying attention to what you're actually doing. My portfolio might only say 5,000 at the end of the day, or 4,900 when I buy back into Doge. But if I have more than the 19,222 Doge and the money still left on the side of the account, you put yourself back in position when the rally happens. So you must pay attention. There's a lot to learn, and that's why you need to stay here. And join Tom's Army, follow the channel, subscribe, and share it. I keep it up to the minute, up to the date. And this is exactly what you need to know about Bitcoin. So, synopsis. If Bitcoin breaks down past this 45,000 on this retrace right here, it's going to come all the way down, if it sustains it, all the way down to 42,000 to touch support. And then you would get a bounce up to about 45 on this descending short-term channel that it would break down into. I personally think it'll bounce off of this based on market structure. It should bounce off of this and continue up to about 47. My apex is 47.5 area. If it doesn't get there, it doesn't get there, but it's traveled up this uptrending support and then my new uptrending support that I created yesterday. So I have no reason to believe that it's not going to do what we think. So we'll see what happens. But this is exactly up to the minute, up to the date. If you guys want to donate or join Tom's Army, link is in the description as always. Stay true, stay blessed.